Follow this bit. If we consider at some time, which society will at a later time, I hope it would be sooner, that all of the earth become the common heritage of all nations. All of the resource of the earth, the common heritage of all nations. And if you believe in God, if you understand the teachings of all religions, there were no property lines in heaven, no banks, no personal positions in which one person is elevated above another. That if the earth were the common heritage of all nations and all of the artificial boundaries removed that separate people, there would be no basis for war, no basis for armament. The world you live in is an old world. Its language is old. Its values are old. And our institutions of education fail to touch the social system. You want to be careful. Don't touch that. This is an area that you don't want to get involved in. Well, in order for you to grow, in order for you to make the world a better place, you have to face this situation. I don't say that people are going to sit back and do that. According to all historical records, no civilization, anyway, to my knowledge, has ever sit back to plan the future. Exactly what we're going to do, how we're going to live, how we're going to work out transportation. No, we just build highways all over the place. Although you go to school and you learn something, you learn that a straight line is the shortest distance between two given points. Well, look at a road map of the United States, and I think you'll find spaghetti all over the place. Rarely do you see that. Look at your cities, every building a different size and shape. This does not express individuality. It's utter chaos. At 4 o'clock, all the cars come out of this building, and they can't get across that bridge. So you've got to build another bridge. So you elect people to political office that are totally incompetent. They are neurally bankrupt. I don't care whether you're Democrat or Republican. They don't have the value system to solve these problems that exist. They are not educated in that way. They're brought up with a uniform set of values. And they go out into the world, and this is a sad story of coming events. There are computers today, there are machines in existence today that can handle 500 trillion bits of information per second. No human comes anywhere near that. And you think that in the next 15 or 20 years there's going to be people in government? No way. For example, if you took a group of computers and arranged them in a special fashion and ran the electrical tentacles out to the agricultural belt with probes into the soil, when the water table dropped, that would turn on the pumps and bring the water into the area. If the nutrients changed, it would pump nutrients into the area. What kind of world do you want? I don't think any of you here, maybe a few of you, might remember when human beings used to operate elevators. They'd turn a crank, they never quite got to the floor, up and down. Finally, they became automated. Step back, it's a lovely day today. How are you, Mr. Jones? If they scan your face, and they'll take you exactly to that floor. After that comes the transveyor. An elevator moves up and down, sideways, all directions. You get on it and verbalize. I want to go to the art center, music center. And it'll take you there. The kind of world you live in and the automobiles that exist as transportation units are dangerous because they have a bumper in front and one in the back. And I'm sure that if an extraterrestrial visited the Earth, they say, what are those shiny things in front and back of the vehicle? Well, they're bumpers. They prevent damage. Well, don't you ever hit on the side? Why isn't the bumper all around the car? And then they came with the airbag. And they put an airbag in front of you. If you get hit on the side, your head goes right through the glass. They had a long time, the automobile companies, a long time to solve those problems. And then you see motorcycle policemen pull over. What do you think you're doing? See, all you have to do in a car, if you wanted to, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even put this in a car, is put a sort of a chimograph or a cylindrical recorder. When you go through a 30-mile-an-hour zone to 50 miles an hour, it's recorded on there. And every month you have to tear that strip out of your car and mail it into the police department. Well, the police wouldn't like that. But how many violations do you think you'd have? There are better ways than that. You just make a car intelligent. Now, here's what that means. How intelligent can a machine be? Well, if you took there's a little gadget called a pressure transducer. If you squeeze it, it generates electricity. So let's put one in each tire. And let's say that you kick the front right tire. It goes to a recording that says, ouch, my front right tire. Now, of course, if you kick any tire, it'll verbalize. But if you kick it hard, it'll say, ouch, my front right tire. And if you kick it again, you say, who do you think you are? Do you want to give a machine feelings? Do you want to give a machine compassion, love, warmth? I'll tell you why they leave it out of machines, because it doesn't work. Human emotions that you learned are the most significant and most important differences between men and machines. Human emotions are a very touchy subject. It's like racing your engine at a stoplight, you know. It doesn't take you anywhere. It doesn't serve any purpose. If you get a lump in your throat when you see hungry people, that's emotional. But when you increase the agricultural yield per acre, that's caring. That's love. Love is transforming all of the verbal and paper proclamations to a way of life. The shameful thing about our century is that there was only one Edison, one Louis Pasteur, one Nikola Tesla, one Madame Curie. We should have had thousands of them, and we will, once we get rid of the artificial boundaries that separate people. Once we get rid of nationalism, patriotism. Again, I do not mean to offend anybody. All that I ask you to do is think about this, toss it around. This is